Yeah, you gotta have fun. Hello, everybody.
Hey.
What's going on here? Wait a minute. Hi, there we are. Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Hi, Matt.
Hey, Liz.
How you doing?
Pretty darn good.
It's good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to see you too. It's great to be here with everyone. What's that?
Overlooking the Willamette.
Yeah, I'm overlooking the Willamette River. It's pretty amazing.
Pretty gorgeous there. Okay, who do we have here? All right, so hi, everybody. I am Liz Dawn. I am the CEO and co-founder of Celebrate Your Life Events. And I have here with me today, drum roll please, we've got the fabulous best-selling author of The Universe Always Has a Plan, the amazing, the fabulous Matt Kahn. Can I hear applause, please? Oh, and everybody's saying hello. Arinta, Michelle, Rainey, Leslie, Claudia, Sherry, Cynthia, how are you? Kate and Kelly and Maureen and Jody. And oh my goodness, the names are just going so quickly, but please make sure and say hello to us.
Hello,
Roz
everyone.
is here. Hi, Roz Brooks. Roz works with Anita.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, she works with Anita Marjani, and Noella's here, and Jennifer, and I can't say everybody's name because it's going really fast. So I just want you to know we are live now on how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7. We're on 8 different channels right now. 8 different channels. So if maybe you're on one of the channels that you don't see a lot of comments, we see all the comments because it's coming through this program, this amazing software program that we can see everybody. Can you see all the comments, Matt?
I can. It is a flurry, and I'm sending love to every single comment and every person, and I love you all, and I'm so glad we're here today. Someone said, "Great mohawk today." Yeah, that's right.
Look at the cute mohawk he's got.
Look at the faux hawk I got. That's right. This is what we're doing in COVID.
It would be very weird.
So here's the thing. I wake up like this. True story. And then I wake up and it's always a little different. Sometimes it looks like soft serve, soft serve ice cream. Sometimes it's a frohawk. And I go, yeah, we're just going to do that. So this is today. I literally woke up like this. It's a gift.
I love it. I love it. I wake up like this.
I know.
And just like this with lipstick on and with makeup on. Like
I
wake up like this. Like this is just
so convenient.
I can't believe that. Oh, Patricia from Stockholm, Sweden. My niece lives in Stockholm. Milkshake it. I love it. Yes. Oh, Jackie, we love you all. And I'm Liz. Somebody said, hello, Matt and lovely lady.
Lovely lady.
Lovely lady.
Liz Dawn.
Okay, you introduced me, Matt. I introduced you.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages, please welcome the founder of Celebrate Your Life, the one, the only, the incomparable Liz Dawn.
Hi, everybody. Matt and I are being very, very silly today. I think that's the way we always are, though. We're kind of silly. I love talking to Matt.
Thank you.
It's kind of a goofy, lovable, like fun, spiritual guru.
It's kind of my thing.
Like this. Okay, so we'll talk about something serious here. Okay. So everybody tuned in. So we want to make sure that we serve all of you that are hanging out with us today because that's important.
Absolutely.
It really looks like we've got everybody from all over the world, and I so appreciate you posting messages. That's really love Bosnia. Wow, Azra, welcome from Bosnia. Isn't that amazing?
Africa, amazing. Hello, Sujan. Yeah, love you too, brother. So yeah, this is incredible. So.
Oh, this is so great, and it's so great that we can do this because we're like all over the world now. It's so cool.
I know. And for an 8 channels, that means there's 8 of us, which I don't know if I can handle 8 of me, to be honest.
Well, we're on all the Celebrate Your Life groups.
Oh, good.
Celebrate Your Life page. On your page, we're also on YouTube. So that's
lovely.
Cool. Love from Maine. I love that. We've got England, Israel, and then Egypt, and then Maine, and New Zealand, and Maine. I love Maine. I'm teasing because I love being in Algonquin. Australia, Rocky Mountain High, Bellingham. Oh, Bellingham. What's up, Star Family, South Africa? Okay, so let's talk about the universe.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about how, and Justin is there. Sorry, I got to say hi to Justin. He's my
Sure.
bro. So let's talk a little bit about how we know, how we really understand those messages, that feeling, and how do we know when we're in alignment with universal truth, with
Sure.
our truth. And so what better person to talk about that than the amazing Matt Kahn.
Ta-da! Well, thank you, and I love the question, and I think it's a great question to enter with and start with, because at this time in history, with all the mysteries that are happening in our everyday lives, it wasn't too long ago when, as spiritual beings, the mystery was our existence. It was our true nature. It was, where did I come from? What is my life purpose? And now we're living in a world, it seems as if, where the mystery is externalized. What is this? What's really happening? What's going on? What's really going on? What's really, really going on? And there are so many perspectives, let's say.
Mm-hmm.
And I've taught this before, but it's something that needs to be kind of universally spread as a teaching. Because I think the problem, or the misstep, is that people are trying to figure out the truth based on their evaluation of evidence, and then their opinion of the evidence, and so forth. And what I actually see is that truth is actually not evidence-based, which is kind of the most fantastic thing to say. Or if I were to say, the evidence of truth is actually not in what people propose, what people say, what people insist is true, but that when you're hearing someone speak truth, what you have to look at is, how is the truth they're speaking, as if truth is a spectrum of clarity. How is the truth causing them to behave? And if you have people in your lives who are promoting what they think is a truth with aggression, if they are judging you for not being informed, if they are persecuting you for being different from them, we look at that behavior and we say, how could that be the highest truth if it is causing the least redeemable behavior? And what we find in universal alignment.
Whoa. That like bears repeating.
Yeah. How can it be the highest truth if it's manifesting in someone their least redeemable behavior? So we don't actually need to get into the story of what anyone's proposing or a sales pitch. We just watch behavior in my life and in how I guide people. There is the narrative of what people say, and there's an importance to that. We honor that, we listen, we value the perceptions that shape each individual, but we have to learn to watch behavior. And the beings that are the most aligned in spirit are always the most unconditionally loving in nature. And it doesn't mean we always like things. It doesn't mean we understand things. It means we've come to a place of being so aligned and close with spirit that love is not a choice we always make. Love is a choice we can't not make, because it is our true nature. So for everyone that is maybe having this convoluted experience of, a lot of people in my family are pressuring this agenda, or a lot of people are saying this is not a time for conformity. And this is not a time to give into socialized pressure. And this is not a time to wage war with any human being, no matter what the perception is. This is a time to say, may my highest truth be revealed by the behavior I embody. And if I'm not embodying my highest noble truth and my values, then there is a much higher truth for me to know. And that's alignment.
And there's such an enormous amount of stillness in that.
Yes.
This complete. I mean, can you all feel it? Like, as Matt is speaking, and when we started the conversation off goofy and high energy,
Yes.
being silly,
and then
just
yes,
man, right into stillness, right into truth,
yes,
right into quietness, into silence.
yes.
Yeah.
And we as spiritual beings are all developing on all levels a more loving relationship with stillness. And the people who fight the most, they're not fighting their agendas. They think they are.
Mm-hmm.
They're fighting stillness, because in stillness, there's no point to prove. In stillness, there's no superiority to maintain. And in stillness, we all get to be one. We all get to be equally unique and special. But the ego is intimidated that it doesn't get to be the only special one. And so people who are fighting the stillness that we as empathic, heart-centered beings are bringing more of to the planet, which is why as I speak, you can literally hear it all coming from the stillness being anchored.
And I'm getting all verklempt because you're speaking truth to my soul, to my heart, to my spirit. Whew.
And we're all receiving this. Like literally right now, this is how we fast forward evolutionary progress, in addition to working towards, raising funds for organizations, furthering things on the ground level, and all the things we do as human beings, right? It's not human progress versus spiritual progress. It's spiritual progress fueling human affirmative action. And this is a time in history where we have a chance to really get it right. And I think we will get it right because it's our destiny. But the question of time, right? Destiny says we will get it right. The dimension of time says, how directly or how long-winded will we all choose it to be? And so this is a collective vote. And the more of us continue to wake up and shine our light and open our hearts and abide in stillness and make stillness a pleasant place to be instead of a prison to escape, the more we start to influence the collective vote, which creates what's called a tipping point to usher in ascension, which is already being ushered in. But the question is, how directly or how long-winded will this transition be? And we can make that vote and accelerate time and bring about the justice of unity consciousness.
Yeah. We've done this a few times, where I've come on and we've chatted together, and there's always this, and I'm hoping that all of you all around the globe right now are feeling this energy, are taking this in, are really paying attention to what Matt is sharing, and most especially the energy, because there is this exquisite, place in which I know that I drop into whenever I'm talking with Matt, and he just speaks truth in this way, that just dropping into that quiet place inside of yourself where there are no more questions, there's no mental chatter, it's just silence, it's just stillness, it's just isness, it's just beingness. It's just, you can call it your true self, call it that universal truth. Wow.
Yes.
I'm going to just look through, because there are a few questions, and if you have questions, please jump in, and then we're going to share something kind of fun with all of you. So make sure and stick around for a little bit.
By the way, can you see Becky's question?
Yeah, Becky. I was just going to Becky. There's hundreds of questions there.
Quantum field.
You want to go for that one? You want to read it and then?
I would love to. So Becky is asking, I'm hearing so many spiritual leaders claim they need to speak out, which to me just amplifies division. Can you speak to that directly? Yes, I can. Now my intention for these words is to clarify, not to judge in any way, because we're all on our own journeys and we're all going through our own process. So I will just speak about what I do and don't do. I speak as a transmission of stillness, as a furthering of awakening consciousness for the ascension of this planet. If there is anything in this world that bothers me, that is now what I call a part of my inner process. And I have a very specific and daily inner process where I get to work that out with me and the universe, because when I am in need, I turn to an incredible resource, and his name is Matt Kahn. I'm who I turn to. And once I am integrated and I have the wisdom from what has bothered me or what has happened, which doesn't happen that often for me, but there are things that just kind of will get to me. That's when I come out and I make a statement. And I know there's a lot of people that need to speak out. I just need to say something. And whether you're a spiritual teacher or you're an evolving light worker or you're a mother, you're a father, you're a student, we're all light workers. We're all evolutionary way showers. But when we have that feeling of just got to say something, we are now processing in public. And there's nothing wrong with surrounding yourself with people to hold your hand during a process. But when you have a public role, people can often confuse your public process with a affirmative statement to lead people forward. And I think the most important thing right now for any person aspiring to be a spiritual leader or for people who are in that role, I think we have to know the difference between the statements we are making to progress humanity in the direction of enlightenment. And when things bother us, we have to have a journal. We have to have an inner sanctum of people to confide in. Social media is where I make statements to progress reality. And there are many times that I'll talk about my personal experiences and my feelings, but I'm talking about it after it's been integrated from the perspective of here's what I've learned and here's how I became better. Because in my personal opinion, this is only about me. If I talk about something that is still up and I haven't gotten to the wisdom, I'm sharing a story, and without the wisdom, I personally in my life feel that just for myself to be self-indulgent. And I don't necessarily need that, and it's not what the world needs. And so what I think is really, really critical for all of us who are on the front lines as light workers, as parents, some people use Facebook like it's a diary.
I know.
And it's a public diary, which is fine. But
Yeah.
I think we have to really know the difference between, we are one, and inner and outer is one, but inner and outer are two different dimensions. And we have to know the difference between pulling back from life, taking a moment for reflection, going into our healing, whether it's breath work, self-love, acceptance, forgiveness, gratitude. And then we come back out as the ones who have been transformed by that momentary trigger or that moment of loss. And now we have something to share as a story that includes the wisdom we gained along the way. And now it's not a judgment or a barfing session. Now it's a parable. And so I think at this time in history,
No more throwing up on Facebook. Okay.
Stop barfing.
Stop barfing, people. No, and I love that you're talking about this. And Becky,
Yes.
Great question.
Thank you, Becky.
I work with, for those of you who don't know what Celebrate Your Life is, I've been around for 26 years. I know. Yeah. I was 10 when I started the company with my mom. What can I say? So
That's awesome.
Right. Yeah, 10. We've been doing, so it's Celebrate Your Life, and it's Mishka Productions as Celebrate Your Life events. And so I've been working with, I would say all of the spiritual teachers that you're familiar with for 26 years now. So, and that includes the amazing, fabulous Matt Kahn. So Carolyn Mason, Neil Donald Walsh, and Marianne Williamson, and Michael Beckwith, and Joe Dispenza, and Bruce Lipton, and Greg Braden, and Lisa Williams, and Colette Baron-Reed, and let's see who, everybody, okay? And so what Celebrate Your Life does is that we put together events with all of these amazing luminaries. And so, Becky, to your question, I've seen some of the spiritual teachers that I work with that are my clients, posting some things and putting themselves out there in a very vulnerable way, and others are upset and angry, etc. And for me, and this is, always been for me, is paying attention, understanding that our spiritual teachers and the people that we follow are fallible. Right? Yes. They absolutely fallible. And there are some things you're going to agree with and some things you're not going to agree with, and some things that really resonate to you, about that person, and some things that might not resonate with you. And just because there's one or two things or things that have been put out there that you don't resonate with doesn't negate all of the powerful, wonderful, juicy, amazing things that they've done and shared with the world. you might look at this conversation and say, well, Liz and Matt, still this doesn't resonate with me, but that doesn't negate all the teachings that, Matt has brought forth into the world, or what he's done, for humanity, or what he's done for you. Every spiritual teacher has a different language in the way they convey their teachings. And there's billions of people in the world, which is wonderful because we all get to resonate with the language that each teacher speaks from.
Absolutely. I love that, because we are human beings. We there is no one on this planet who has done growing.
Right.
And it's a really old misconception that an awakened being, an enlightened being, has stopped growing. I think an enlightened being is one who is simply not stopping the growth experience, but I think enlightenment is the one who has fallen madly in love with the process of growing. And I have absolute compassion for every human being, their struggle, their strife, because we've all survived, for all of us, what is the unthinkable. And we are all processing so much while trying to live our lives as people and play the roles as parents and as teachers and luminaries. And some of us are playing, 3 or 5 of these roles. And this is a really intense time. It really is. I just happen to think, and I think it's good to state, that if we're going to talk about consciously looking at the role and the responsibility we have as luminaries in this time and beyond, I think that this is a time in history, especially now, where we have to see through the perspectives that are dividing us. And we have to refuse to fall for anything other than union, unity, equality, diversity. And we all have to be willing to say, may I give up whatever is necessary within me in order to make space for a new reality to dawn. And so I think if we all decide that we're going to spare no expense and make sure that no narrative of division, of separation, of us versus them, me versus you, can seduce any of us anymore, and the only reality is all is one, we are going to start discovering our inner warriors, and not a warrior that has to fight, but a warrior that is conquering this planet in the name of truth.
Yay!
Yay.
Freaking lootly.
That's right.
Can we hear an amen from everyone? Working on things that bring us together. Unity, community.
Community.
Exactly.
The spreading of resources.
Drop to this conversation. Mic drop. Thank you, Jennifer.
Mic drop. I love that.
Boom.
This is about unity. And I will say, because for all of us, it is so easy to criticize the shortcomings of a person, even a person on stage, even a person who plays whatever role they play, an officer of the law, a pillar of their community, a husband, a parent. And what we learn in the awakening of consciousness is where we used to be compelled to criticize becomes a moment of compassion when we see someone going through the enduring nature of their own transformation.
Yes.
And I think this is a really big shift societally, where we start to recognize when you see someone judging, that means compassion is still being cultivated in them. And we have compassion for that judgment. When I judge, and I'm saying it as if for everyone on the call, when judgment arises in any person, that is a space where more compassion is still growing. And if we can have compassion for ourselves and others in the face of criticism and judgment, and if we can look so deeply into the condition, even when someone's judging and criticizing us, by seeing the pain that hides in a human being, we help bring that pain to the surface to help transmute their judgment into compassion and to bring more compassion and less judgment into our lives.
Right, right. And it's interesting. I think somebody on here just said, but how to understand each other if people aren't awake. And it's really, that's a judgment too.
Can be, absolutely.
The more presence that you are in the world, the more you bring your truth, you bring your stillness, your silence, your unconditional love, your beingness to a conversation. It's almost infectious, right? It's just you are just being presence, and that's what.
Yes.
You don't have to worry about where other people are at.
Well, I think if we give an analogy, if you're an adult talking to a child,
Mm-hmm.
and a child is at a point where they're formulating words and sentence structures, and they're kind of saying what you would think is nonsensical things, are you going to say, this child is nonsensical, there's no rational value in what they're saying, and I will just walk away in the middle of, and just walk away? What happens is the energy of a child, the innocence, brings us into a greater sense of stillness, presence. Presence is the dimension of timeless nature. So in timelessness, there's no sense of time. There's no sense of hurry up or you're going the wrong way or whatever it is. And so we have to think of listening to people. Doesn't mean we agree if we listen. Listening does not mean we agree. Listen means we are having compassion for the viewpoint someone has, and compassion and tolerance and mercy for the history they've survived. And so we listen like children. Everyone's a child. We all have an inner child. And so we treat people respectfully. We listen to children, and we let a child tell us a story about it went to the store, and then it ran into a dinosaur that became a dragon, and then it flew to Narnia. And we sit there and we smile and we give attention because we're supporting the child's evolution. And just because a body becomes an adult body doesn't mean there still isn't a child doing the same thing inside on a very deep level.
Can I hear a yes, yes?
Yes.
And I love what you when you're talking about unity and community, because that's pretty much what I've been devoting my career to these 26 years. So I do want to make an announcement. I do want to share with all of you that I'm pretty excited for this announcement, because in the face of what we've all been through, it has been, from my perspective, from my place of business, of working, of being in the world, we were grounded. We were sent to our room.
Right?
My mother was grounding me. So we couldn't do what we do best. And what we do best, and what I do best, is bring community together. In the name of truth, in the name of love, in the name of spirit, in the name of connection, in the name of supportive, like-minded community coming together. And that's what I've been doing for 26 years. And I'm going to continue doing it, because, drum roll, please, we are going live again. Yay! So the last time we did an event, it was November 2019. Matt, you were there.
I was. It was great. I loved it.
You were there. We did this Celebrate Your Life Sedona retreat. And we are finally getting back to being with our community. And we are creating another fabulous, amazing, awesome Soul Fest in November. Matt will be there. It will be live and in person.
I'm so excited.
I know. I'm going to post the URL for everybody so you can go check it out.
Yeah.
So it's going to be. So here's let's talk a little bit about why we retreat. Like, why do we do this? So there's the URL. Very excited about this. You're all invited. However, we are going to keep it. We are definitely going to keep it small. We're going to make sure that, well, I don't know where my little thingy was. That's Tanya said, oh, hey, go here. It's there. It's go there. Here. Is it in Sedona? Yes. Okay. So let me there it is. Okay. She must have done that. She's good at that. So November, oops, it's dates please. November 4th through 8th, Sedona, Arizona, at the Enchantment Resort. And we have Matt Kahn, Colette Baron-Reed, who is the whole theme of this year's event is mystics, miracles, and magic. And I meditated on the theme for this year's event long and hard, because we've all been so entrenched in a lot of world drama, if you will, or chaos. And this is an opportunity where we're stepping out of that, and it's all the teachings are going to be magical, mystical, and about miracles in your life, the unseen realms, all kinds of conversations like Matt and I were just having. So it's going to be Matt Kahn, Colette Baron-Reed, Sonia Choquette, John Holland, Sunny Dawn Johnston, and Dr. Sue Morter. Take a look at the website. It's the Enchantment Resort, which is in Boynton Canyon. Lauren, that's a great question. I'm hoping that, yes, the Enchantment Resort is extremely powerful. It's right entrenched in the vortex energy of Boynton Canyon. And Kachina Woman, which is another rock formation that the Native Americans hold very, very sacred, overlooks Enchantment Resort. So it's going to be an extremely powerful program. And Matt, I would love to hear your input about retreats and why we do this, and especially because you've experienced a Celebrate Your Life program. No, it's not sold out yet, Karen.
Not yet.
We still have some tickets left. Do you want to share? There's the URL right there.
Yeah.
It's across celebrateyourlife.com /Sedona21. So make sure you do /Sedona21. So why do we retreat? Why do we come together? Why do you, say yes to me saying to you, come on, Matt, do you want to come out and play?
Well, I experience spiritual community like a global net that connects us all through a quantum field. And it can feel very vast. And sometimes it can feel very impersonal.
Yeah.
And so what I love about these events, and what I'm so excited about, to get on stage in front of an audience again, which is, I love doing live streams, and I love being in front of a live audience for the work I do. And when we come together and retreat, we get to experience conscious community up close and personal. We actually get to experience sneak previews of what the world is like in the fifth dimension. We get to experience what it's like to have neighbors, friends, strangers who then become allies, with connections born out of thin air, because we are openness and heart-centeredness meeting itself in others. And when I came to Celebrate Your Life, and this is funny, as a kid, I never had the chance to go to camp. And I secretly always wanted to go to camp. So like when I'm at Celebrate Your Life, I feel like I'm at camp. And I get to meet so many people whose lives I've had the honor of touching. And we get to connect. We get to eat together. We get to share space. We break bread together. And we live as community. We live as a conscious spiritual community. We get to support each other through our releases. We get to hold each other through our questions and our concerns. We get to experience what the fifth dimension already is. And when we all come together to experience that sneak preview, we are magnifying that 5D unity consciousness into the planet and accelerating this ascension timeline. And so it's not just for the sanity of us as individuals, reminding us that there is a common ground where we all meet heart to heart, but we come together heart to heart to reunite with our soul family, to meet other incarnated angels. And through that interaction, We are accelerating the ascension timeline for humanity together as one.
Oh, I could not have said it better. What Matt said. And I love that you couldn't have given me a better compliment when you said it's like camp.
Yes.
Because my mom and I started the company in 95 and 95, 1995. Yes, in 1995.
Wow.
And it's interesting because we both grew up in camp. My mom was the camp director. Single mom, had to put food on the table. So she was the camp director. And whenever we do an event, it is exactly like that. It is a spiritual, grown-up, adult camp, heart to heart. And that's exactly how we used to say, what we say to each other. This is just like camp, because I really grew up in camp because she was the director. So I was there every 8 weeks every year. So that's really the best description. But what I love about it is people get an opportunity to meet people from all over the world who are like minded, coming together for this joyful celebration. And we're learning, we're experiencing, we create a very safe, nurturing, and loving environment whenever we do our Celebrate Your Life events. I mean, that's part of my like intention and agenda every time I do a program. It's got to be safe, nurturing, loving. The food's got to be amazing. The food has to be good because, like, we're a foodie, right?
Yes. This guy. Yeah.
I know. And then when we come together with, you and Sonia Choquette and Colette Baring-Reed and all of these amazing light workers and luminaries, and you're entrenched in it, it does something to your energy. It just transforms your energy. And I hear this over and over again. I have thousands and thousands of feedback forms from all of our programs that we've done over the years. And I've had this past year and a half when we haven't been able to work, I've had to go back and read those to remind myself, okay, this is why I'm doing it. This is why, because because we make a difference in people's lives, because when we bring together people in community and all of these amazing high vibe luminaries, these teachers together all in one place. So if you're able to come join us, please come join us. It'll be in Sedona at Enchantment Resort on November 4th through the 8th. And here's the URL again for those of you who didn't grab it. It's up on the screen as well. We're just going to have amazing conversations. Matt will be there all weekend. It starts on November 4th and goes through the 7th, and on the 8th you can add extra post-conference workshops. We're going to address what's going on in the world just by not filling the room to capacity. We're only doing half the amount of people that we normally do. Yes. And we're just going to have an amazing time. We're just going to have a loving, fabulous time together, as we always do at Celebrate Your Life. So,
and if I can add this just in breaking news, not only will I be at Celebrate Your Life, but when I present, special guest, Matt's hair.
Matt's hair.
Matt's hair is going to be there. Hold your horses.
Okay, you promise you'll do a mohawk, okay?
Oh, honestly, I woke up like this and I'm like, I've done this a few times and I'm like, yes, please. Thank you. Thank you so much, life.
Yes. So come meet Matt Kahn in person. You're going to love it. Come meet Matt in person. You will absolutely, and meet his hair in person.
Let's have lunch, So great.
Exactly.
Love it.
Exactly. It's really going to be spectacular, you guys. And honestly, I've been doing this a long time, so I can confidently say that this is something, and I think the 26 years speaks for itself, that's for sure. And we typically sell out all of our programs. It's something that I do well in the world, and I don't do everything well in the world, but this is particularly a gift I have in bringing all of these luminaries together in one place. And the energy is just transformational. It's really beautiful. So come meet Matt, come meet Sonia Choquette and Colette Baring-Reed and John Holland and all of our friends and Sue Morter and Sunny, and just come and have a fabulous time. All right, everybody. Thank you, Noelle. And for those of you who have been to Celebrate Your Life, I see all the comments. Thank you so much, Justin and Noelle. And everybody's been saying, yes, it's fabulous. Go, go.
Fun.
It is. I swear I didn't pay them to say that. I promise you.
That's funny.
All right, everybody. I think that's it for today. I think that's all we've got really to share today. We'll be back again, though. We should do this again, Matt.
We'll be back.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back.
We'll be back.
Oh, yeah. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. She's so Yiddish. Yes, Sean, I am.
My mom would be proud.
Yes, I'm so Yiddish. I'm so Mashugana. Could you tell?
Oi.
Yes. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And Matt and I really want to meet you in November. So make it happen. It's 3.5 months away. We've got payment plans if you need it. We're here to answer any questions, and all of our contact information is on the website. So if you have any questions, call us. Just call us. Ask questions. All right. That's it. Love you all so much.
Mwah. Love you.
Matt, thank you for spending this time together.
It's an honor to be with you as always, and it's an honor to be with everyone here. And I love you all, and we are one.
Yes, we are. Aho.